everybody. Welcome back to the Bad Flicks Show. The After These Messages edition. We'll explain that here shortly. I am your host, Alex Shoemaker, host of the Bad Flicks Show. A year ago, almost to the date, for Big Day of Giving, we did a show called After These Messages, which is very similar to the Bad Flicks Show, but instead of bad movie clips, we did commercials. And I wanted to bring this back again. It's weird the commercials feel weird now looking back at them, but at the time they're normal. You know, they interrupted our favorite television programs, but we didn't think they were out of the ordinary. Now we revisit them, and are they correct? Or should these be commercials? Should we launch them into space? Give those to aliens? We're gonna discuss that today, or not. Maybe we'll stick to what the commercials are. But it's very exciting. If you're watching at home, thank you. Feel free to comment. Be a part of the show. We got a lot of interesting products that we may have forgotten about. But feel free to comment. Be a part of the show, and also share if you're on Facebook or YouTube or Twitch. Bring more people in. We're like a Bad Flick Show family here tonight, and every other Tuesday night. So feel free to bring them in. I'm excited to get started. This week we have just some real seasoned vets here at the Comedy Spot. We have Gilbert, Sara, and Patrick. Fantastic. Everybody's looking great. But we're ready to go off the rails with some bad commercials. We're going to break them into different segments. So you're going to see about 4 or 5 in a row, and then we'll discuss. But the first segment is from the 70s, so just kind of some various products from the 1970s.
Have you got trouble? Wait, don't run. This kind of trouble is lots of fun. Pop-O-Matic pops the dice, pops the 6, and you move twice. Race your men around the track and try to send the others back. That's Pop-O-Matic trouble. The game is fun for Dad and Mother, and Sis can trouble her mean old brother. Trouble, that's the name of Koner's Pop-O-Matic game. The most exciting chase game that makes trouble fun for everyone. Get Koner's Pop-O-Matic game. Trouble, that's the name.
Demolition demon in a beat-up Chevrolet. It ain't worth $1, so he wrecks it every day. Now here's Skinner's SSP smash-up derby set, and you can hoot and holler 'cause you ain't seen nothing yet. Crash, bang, crack 'em up, put 'em back again. Crash, bang, smash 'em up, it's smash-up time, my friend. Skinner's SSP smash-up derby set comes with everything you see right here.
Right here.
They're slugging it out in the middle of the ring! And there's a hard right to the jaw! And Blue Bomber's block is knocked off! His block is knocked off?
Sure, but you can press it right back on again. It's just part of the action with the world's only boxing robots, the Rock'em Sock'em Robots by Marx. Takes 2 managers to handle the fighters and lots of skill to win. With these control levers, you can keep your fighters in motion to duck punches. When you press this plunger, he throws a right uppercut. Press the other plunger, and there's a left jab. Lots of exciting action and fun for everyone when the world's only boxing robots battle it out.
The Blue Bomber's looking for an opening, and there it is! That's the end of round 2!
Just push the flying head back, and you're ready for round 3.
Boy, this is the greatest!
You bet! The world's only boxing robots. Get the Rock'em Sock'em Robots by Marx.
Rock'em Sock'em Robots teaching the little boys how to become managers.
The contestants are winding their tops, getting into position, and the battle's on. Look at those tops bound for position. Watson's top is down. But it's up again. Anything can happen in battling tops. Valenti's tops are knocked clear out of the arena. Watson's the winner. Champ, what's your secret?
It's in the wrist action.
Battling tops. An idea.
Obviously.
Wrist action.
Always the wrist action.
When it comes to toys, money doesn't always equal fun. You can give a child a $10 gift, and sometimes it'll end up on the floor, and the child will be playing with the box. That's not likely to happen with toys and games made by Shopper, the Cootie Company. Whether it's Tumblebug, Ticklebee, or Cootie, they're simple, inexpensive, and fun.
And that's Lee.
Okay.
Oh my God, that last one.
Wow.
A real heart-to-heart with the parents.
Man.
That one with the tops, it reminds me of that. If anybody plays Yu-Gi-Oh, you know they had that little Yu-Gi-Oh thing where you put it in
Beyblade.
Modern day Yu-Gi-Oh. That's what that is. That's what. Yeah, Yu-Gi.
That had such an opportunity to be such an inclusive commercial also of, including some of the winter holidays like Hanukkah and, and learning how to spin a dreidel. They really had a lot of opportunity there that just missed the mark.
For sure.
Hanukkah's gotten extreme. Oh man. Okay, so I gotta ask, do you guys remember playing Cootie?
Vaguely.
Like, legit remember? Because
Not really.
Just no toy involved. Just like
you draw cards, and that card is like the piece you get.
Oh.
And so you have to get the body. Draw the card body, you get the body, thorax, head, and then each leg. And because the cards were like finite, you could like not get your piece for like 6 rounds, and then you could see someone else get you the last piece you need, and it was so frustrating because at least a dice. It's like a 1 in 6 chance, and you're just like, yeah, okay, every time is 1 in 6. But like, if you knew you drew 6 legs and you needed a leg, you're like, that leg's not coming around until we reset this whole deck. It was so frustrating. I hate Cootie. I hate it. And I just got triggered. It was so bad.
I stand corrected. Missy said Beyblades, and that's what I meant. Beyblades.
Yeah.
I think Gilbert said that too.
Oh yeah.
Thanks for taking my answer, Gilbert. No.
I mean, I don't want to. I mean, I know it was like the 70s and that was 50 years ago, but the kid actors in the Rock'em Sock'em Robots, like they could not enunciate for shit. Like I don't know what that first kid said.
Well, and I love that the point of Rock'em Sock'em Robots was to teach your child how to become a good manager, which I guess in the 1970s, as a little, Caucasian boy, I guess that is something that they were being primed to become. I guess that's okay, but it wasn't. And then it's okay if people get injured. You just pop their heads back in, and they're good as new. Put them back in the ring.
Was it like you can't all be Rocky, but you could all be Mickey? Is
right.
That the thing?
That's who you really want to be. Yeah. The businessman behind it. It's all
So Skip said something in the comments where it's like, we all grew up with these toy commercials. Well, like a different version, because these toy commercials look like they're from 1,000 years ago. And I know I'm pretty old, but I don't feel like I'm that old. Like, this was a little rough.
Yeah, I'm still wrapping my head around Dana saying that the 70s was 50 years ago. I mean, I understand that, but I don't emotionally, I can't accept that right now.
Look,
for sure.
I'm not going to reveal my age, but you guys stop it.
Well, the very beginning of the 70s. The later 70s were only like 45-ish years ago.
That makes me 23.
Perfect.
You're born in 1999, Patrick?
Sure, today I am.
You're as old as you want to feel, Patrick.
I do want to point out a moment during the trouble. I was like, it would just like caught me off guard where they're like, it's like you race each other and you jump and you hit them back, and then the mom and dad did like this little like head to forehead thing. Did anybody else see that? I thought it was just a little. It was a moment they had. I thought it was beautiful. That's what I mean. He was like rhyming. Mom and dad were just like.
The updated version of Trouble is much better, much safer, Gilbert. They don't pop up.
I for some reason like during that commercial, like I know it was like Poppable Trouble or something like that, or Pop-O-Matic, that's what it was. But I don't know, maybe it's just because it's like, the word is more relevant now. I kept thinking like problematic trouble. I was like, whoa, like what's going on? I was like, no, wait, it's not. It's just, yeah, I'm hearing things. That's all it is.
I also just wanted to say, if anyone is ever curious about what it's like to grow up in Bakersfield, just rewatch the Smash Top Derby commercial again, because that brought back some very strong Bakersfield vibes for me growing up. Yeah, and I love how they were like, this is all you get. You get 2 ramps and 2 smashed up cars and some sticks that I'm not entirely sure what the sticks did, but they're out in the open. All right, this is all that comes in it. What you get, right cheer.
Yeah, exactly.
Right cheer. I will say that I am from Fresno, so it never really leaves you, because I saw those. I was like, oh my God, those are awesome. They go back together. Like, I was excited. I was really excited.
So good. Yeah. A lot of, and wasn't intentionally trying to do this, but like a lot of the toys at least were showing, it's like battles or like, hitting and stuff like that. It's, I don't know. I don't know if it's a sign of the times, but it's definitely there.
Trouble was one of the mini games I played by myself. That brings back memories. Play a lot of board games by myself.
It's like playing chess by yourself or something like that. You're like as the other characters.
Sure, with a lot less thinking, a lot more like bubble popping.
I will say of the like popping, surprising games, Trouble was like the least anxiety inducing, because you were like in control of the pop. It wasn't like Don't Wake Daddy or anything, or like what's the other one, Perfection, where you're just like sweating bullets because you don't know what's gonna happen next. Like right. Trouble's like, I'm in charge. Pop. No pop.
I feel like Perfection could explain an entire generation's reasons for needing to go to therapy, and like a lot of our problems.
Yeah,
for sure. Oh man, it's like this internal like time, like just like I gotta hurry, I gotta finish this. Like I don't know why, but awful. Well, perfect. That was the first segment, 1970s. Looks like we have mostly toys there. But before we get on to our next section here, I want to know the guests a little bit more. And this week's, I wanted to get to know them more with this week's question. What is a commercial that lives in your brain rent-free? Like if someone, from a long time ago, maybe a company that's no longer around. I know like every like year the like 1-800-COLLECT commercials come into play. Like just I remember them being just so mean of like, you don't know, you could call 1-800-COLLECT, and like I don't know. I always feel bad for the person who just didn't have a quarter. So but I want to know your answers. Gilbert, what about you?
So like the one that came right out, or it just was like, just hit me like a brick. It was oh, now it's left. How funny. Crossfire. That's what it was. Nice. You guys remember the Crossfire thing?
Oh, yeah.
A bunch of kids in the post-apocalypse in leather with a little like ball-bearing shooter game, and you knock little stars and stuff into the goals, and then whoever had the most won. And the theme was just, well, I guess I got to sing it, right, Alex? Is that
exactly? You get caught up in the
crossfire. You get caught up in the crossfire. 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 It was.
Fantastic. Yeah, that played so much. And I think that's like going to be like a recurring thing. Like there's going to be a lot of good jingles here that we revisit. So yeah, look forward to that for sure. But yeah, Crossfire. Oh, yeah, I do definitely think about that a lot. Sarah, what about you? Commercial that you still think about?
So as some of our fellow watchers, I am an '80s baby, and if you remember the '80s, you remember a very strong anti-drug campaign. And have you ever wanted to tell someone the impact that modeling their behavior had on you? Then you remember the 1987 anti-drug PSA, where the dad confronts his teenage son in his bedroom with a box of illicit materials. And he says, "Who taught you how to do this?" And he says, "I learned it by watching you, okay?" This. in various circumstances throughout my entire life, and it always just right. Whether it's incriminatory or it's admirable, you, okay? I learned it by watching you. It sticks with me all these years later.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, very intense. Like, I don't know. I'm starting to watch cartoons and.
Oh, it's about drugs.
right.
Sarah, yours just made me change mine because this just popped in my head. So it was another PSA that happened, and remember how they dropped the egg in the pan, and then they're like, "This is drugs. This is your brain on drugs, and this is that." And it was all the eggs, and it was just slamming and slamming. You just reminded me of that. But my one that I picked really was it's a candy commercial, and it's one of my favorites. So if anybody wants to get me these are my favorites. The York Peppermint Patty commercial. When I bite into the York Peppermint Patty, I feel like I'm on the Rocky Mountains doing skiing or whatever. And that commercial always stuck with me. That's the one that always stuck with me. When you asked me that question, that's the one I thought of.
Nice. And feel free, I don't know if you want to send those to the Comedy Spot. Patrick will be here.
Yeah.
Please.
I'm working the bar tonight.
But to be fair, Alex, when you asked us that question, I think 5 different jingles went through my head. And My Buddy was one of them.
Oh, yeah.
My Buddy Kid Sister. And then the entire Toys R Us theme song also simultaneously played, as well as Mattress Land and 876. Oh, if you need cash now. It was a lot of noise.
Yeah. If you have a structured settlement.
I also wrote, you remember, I don't know, this will age me. Calgon, take me away. You remember that? Anybody? Or there was the other commercial. Please don't squeeze the Sherman. And then where's the beef lady? Where's the beef?
Oh man, so good.
We're throwing them out there.
Yeah, Sarah brought up My Buddy. Like I remember I had one of those, and then I just watched the trailer for Child's Play, and I was like, I do not want this toy in my room, in my house. I was immediately done with it. I can't deal with it.
Yeah. Child's Play ruined a really good marketing campaign.
Right. Not fair. Oh, nice. Chris was bringing some. There we go. The Bad Flick Show's in the solutions business. You have a problem, we will solve it. We will get that solution for you. Well, perfect. Oh, man, taking a trip down memory lane is so great. We're going to keep it going here. First segment was wait, sorry, I wanted to read what kind of play you had. Thinking more of a classic. Yes, Lively are falling and I can't get up. It's great. They're always kind of falling in a weird way. Legs are usually pretty spread out.
I've been asking for someone to come to his house.
Oh, maybe. We'll wait till after the show here, Kevin. you got time. But yeah, no, like I said, I've been enjoying kind of this walk down memory lane. We was doing the 70s. Now we're going to take it 10 years later. We're going to go with some commercials from the 1980s.
He says I'm a gorgeous blonde. I say I'm a smart blonde. I use preference. The color is rich with subtle shadings, and my hair has such life. Well, that's the preference difference. He thinks I'm worth it. He's right.
Performing preference from L'Oreal.
Shepherd.
Build and shape our future. We invite you to learn the technology of tomorrow while you serve your country in the Navy of today.
Corning's see-through vision saucepan withstands heat that turns ordinary saucepans into sauce. Best of all, it lets you see your meal before it's all over. Visions by Corning. It's visibly superior.
Sharad, Apollo 7. Bean. Gordon, Apollo 12. We had more to conquer than space.
I had a runny nose.
And I had a stuffy head. We used Actifed. How do you conquer cold symptoms? Actifed.
When I was a kid, I loved to wear bandages just to get attention. But now I use Band-Aid brand clear from Johnson & Johnson. It's the bandage with the see-through strip, so people hardly notice I'm wearing a bandage at all, which is nice, because now that I'm grown up, I want people to notice me, not my bandage.
Only Johnson & Johnson makes Band-Aid brand clear, clearly the best-looking bandage ever. Help us help retarded children. Look for Johnson & Johnson coupons in Sunday's paper.
I was asleep on the sofa when I heard, Dad, why doesn't the Jell-O gelatin fall out when it's upside down? And then I felt something cool plop on my face, and I heard, sorry, Dad. Jell-O gelatin. You can't be a kid without it.
No comment.
Studio line from L'Oreal. New Mega Gel. Mega Hold. New modeling spritz. Spritz for lift.
Sculpt your hair any way you like it.
Studio line from L'Oreal.
Thursday, don't miss the second premiere episode of Day by Day. Will Ross win Kristen's heart?
Only geeks get good grades.
I get all A's.
Of course, I deeply respect geeks.
Can the kids handle the pressures of preschool?
I'm a failure.
Day by Day week continues with an all-new episode of Day by Day Thursday after Cosby.
The world's worst trained police force has graduated, and now they're back.
This is serious.
To mess it up again, the network television premiere, Police Academy 2, next.
Yeah.
Assault.
I think I gave Brian the extended version, but yeah. So I think it goes on for 20 minutes. But,
dang.
Yeah, there was some in there that I don't remember putting in there. So, but yeah, that's fun. Yeah.
So
Sometimes it's hard.
Let's get that out of the way right now. I was like, whoa, what? They said that was a thing back then.
Different time
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Very much a different time. Listen, for the 80s babies out there, not everything can age as well as we have, so... cringe in that.
Or how about
cringe.
Kevin's comment, I was involuntarily asleep on the sofa when I felt something wet on my face.
Exactly. Flop on my face.
Damn it.
Made it to the testimony.
Did we see Elaine?
We did.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, wow. That was her before Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. She hasn't aged. She looks really good. Yeah.
She
now she looks good now. She looks the same as she did in the 80s.
Yeah, I don't think she ages. She's still looks pretty young, on Veep and stuff.
Oh yeah.
She's timeless.
I just want to say, who looked really good? Whoever that Navy guy was in the Speedo when he did that high dive.
Yeah. You made that dive.
Yeah.
They're like, drop it, give me 20. What if I do a triple backflip? They're like, all right, soldier, get up there.
The Navy will teach you how to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize that there were Navy commercials, because all I could remember was the Army commercials, that one slogan, be all that you can be in the Army. That's what I remember. I was just like, wow, okay. So Navy,
Right. They were competing with the Army. Yeah, it's look, we gotta outdo them. So
wow.
The Army was like, be all you can be, and the Navy was like, I mean, you could do different things. Helicopters, high dives, running around, whatever. Just whatever.
And isn't
Generation
Actifed...
Apple computer.
Yeah.
Isn't Actifed what they put in methamphetamines now, or that's what one of the main ingredients? So they have it locked up in the drugstore now? I don't know.
Any decongestion or cold medicine has pseudoephedrine / methamphetamine type, whatever, derivatives from it. So that's why they're all locked up. But what I do appreciate of that is that what a way to support the man cold to have Apollo 12 endorse Actifed. Fly to outer space, be a little bit whiny by taking your Actifed and feeling all better and manly again.
Right.
I will say that as soon as I saw that commercial and I knew they were talking about having like sniffly noses, I just imagined them in this with the space helmets, just like sneezing on the inside of it. And just, Houston, touching my eyelids.
And that's how all the aliens. I was just gonna say that's why all the alien species on the moon are dead, because we brought them our cold snap.
Elvis signals.
They're like, "What's this helmet?" Oh no! And now we've got disease.
And what's your
How
preference?
gross to be the co-astronaut or whatever when someone sneezes and then all the particles just linger in the air and you just have to stare at it. So dry that nasal mucosa up for everyone's benefit. No one needs to see that.
Right. For sure. I was confused. I don't remember it as a kid, but I wasn't using that product. But was Band-Aid like nail polish and makeup? Was that a real thing? I don't recall that at all. I thought that was.
No, I think she was painting her nails so that you would see up close of her finger.
Right.
That you couldn't tell there was a Band-Aid there.
Okay.
But I had that same thought. I was like, is it a liquid Band-Aid? I don't understand.
Yeah. I thought they were just like, look, like we're done with like skin and covering up. Like we are continuing it, I guess. Like, yeah, we're hiding things. I was so confused, but
I do like the revelation. I wore Band-Aids for attention. I'll say it. I wanted them to be concerned about me. I faked injuries constantly.
Right. And now it's just notice me, not my injuries.
I mean, I love shots because I'd go and get the really cool Band-Aid that I was never allowed to get at home. And I'd be like, yeah, you give me that vaccine. Yes.
Oh, man.
I guess not much has changed with how we all very proudly sported our vaccine bandages as well. Like, the more things change, the more they stay the same.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Get a sticker, get a put like a filter on your Facebook profile and something like that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I like to show off to like the phlebotomist of like, yeah, I can give blood and it doesn't bother me. I can take a shot in the arm. It's great. I'm cool like that.
We do that with anything. We should have like filters like, yeah, I got a crown.
Right.
That's right. I had bad teeth, but I took care of it.
Dental hygiene for the win.
Oh, good stuff. Well, we'll keep it going here. The next set of commercials are from the 90s, specifically 1 year. Nothing really gives it away, I don't think, but feel free to guess at home what year of the 90s it was. And here you go. So some commercials from the 1990s.
After all these years, my competitors are still waiting for us to get soft. I guess they think eventually I'll just retire. Then everyone around here can take it easy. Next thing you know, our chicken won't be as fresh. Maybe we'll stop feeding them so well, or inspecting them quite so carefully. Maybe Purdue chickens won't have more breast meat than everyone else's. Well, gentlemen, if that's what you're thinking, I've got some bad news for you. It's a little project I've been working on for the past 45 years, the result of decades of intensive development. Meet my son, Jim. He may be even tougher than I am.
I have to be. My name and money-back guarantee are on every bird I sell.
This could be my greatest achievement yet.
His son is his greatest achievement?
Look, I'm going back to the office. What are you going to do?
I think I'll take a vacation.
When you're through providing your own action for the evening, it's Blockbuster's turn, with 9,000 ways to make it a blockbuster night.
The moon is rising. The passion is growing. The animal is out. Nicholson, Pfeiffer, Wolf, from Columbia TriStar Home Video, rated R.
taco. 79 for a taco supreme. 79. Even I like to pay what I should. Cross the border, change is good.
Perfect. Whew.
A lot of warm fuzzies with this one. Can we just have a moment of silence for Blockbuster, though? Guys, I just feel like I love those Blockbuster nights. I miss those Blockbuster nights. I mean, you know, scrolling through Netflix just isn't the same. Going to Blockbuster was the event.
Right.
And it was great.
I think I still have my Blockbuster card at home.
Nice. And I do remember, like, as a kid, like, it's like Blockbuster had like the 30 seconds or whatever. It's like, all right, 15 to promote this, and then whatever the next movie is. And so it was like a hyper short version of the trailer. And it was like, okay, all right, Jack Nicholson's a wolf. All right, I'm in. Let's do this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't there still one Blockbuster open though?
There's one like Oregon or something. Yeah.
Oregon or something like that. Yeah, still one.
Like Bend or something like that, Oregon, I think, or Eugene or something.
Bend, but I thought it closed as well. Is it still going?
I think so.
So yeah, as far as I know.
Okay.
Yeah, there was a documentary recently about that Blockbuster, and yeah, it was getting close. But now, like weird, like full circle, there's going to be a like sitcom show on Netflix, like that's set in the Last Blockbuster. So,
oh wow,
it's all weird, all wild.
There is a documentary called The Last Blockbuster.
Correct.
Yes. Yeah.
I know you just said that because I was trying to.
30 seconds ago.
It's confirmed.
Patrick's on a lag. It's gonna delay.
Oh no! Don't do that. No, I heard you, but I just was like trying to look it up, and then that's what came up. Yeah, Bend. Yeah, in Oregon. Yeah. Okay. Move on.
I absolutely love, and I think Gilbert was hyped up too. But NBA Jam, that was my jam for sure.
Yes.
And like, I don't know what the difficulty setting was on when I played, but I'd always be the Kings. So like, the stats aren't great, so I'm like having to like overperform because the Kings are usually so bad in that game. So, man, I love it.
I mean, they don't just make all of the teams playable?
No, it's and it was like super limited. They're all playable, but it was only 2 players each team, and it would be 2-on-2. And even like the best player for the Kings was okay. Usually Mitch Richmond, which all-star there. But whoever the other person was, an old Paul Nice, Bobby Hurley at the time, I was definitely slacking. So, but great game. Don't take anything away from it.
I will say that all the sound effects in that like live rent free in my head. Just like he's heating up, he's on fire, boom shakalaka. Like it's all just rattling in there, ready to come out at any moment.
Very good. I read somewhere like the person that made it was like a hardcore Detroit Pistons fan, and he had like coded the game in a certain way where if it was like I can't remember if it was like the Bulls or the Lakers or something, but like if the Pistons were up by like 2 points or whatever last shot for the other team for this Bulls or Lakers or whatever, they would always miss it regardless. Like it would just coded that way. Like it doesn't matter. Like you cannot make that shot. You have to be winning. Winning at that point, or that's it. Or you lose.
That's why.
Right? Yeah. So rough. But yeah. So I went down this NBA Jam rabbit hole being ready for the show.
Yeah. No, I hear you. I remember my brother was playing it. Was it on? It said Nintendo, but I thought it was on. Was it not on Sega Genesis?
They were on both. Yeah.
It was on both. Okay, because I remember. I mean, we had both, but I remember specifically getting very impatient that I wanted to play Sonic or Aladdin, and my brothers were wrapped up in a game of NBA Jam, and so all of the sound effects I remember, except with a much more annoyed flavor in my memories.
For sure. Oh man.
But I was sad that Taco Bell. I was also hoping we'd get our little Chihuahua friend.
Yeah.
Right.
I know that was late 90s. That was late 90s. But and definitely not appropriate, but you know, it was 79-cent burritos and Yo Quiero Taco Bell. Love that little guy.
Yep.
Absolutely.
I will say that Taco Bell kind of gave me a Pavlovian response where I was like, ping, and I was like, oh, my stomach. Oh, no, I didn't. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm okay. Didn't actually eat
I'm
it.
hungry for something I'm going to regret later.
And that's why I only go to Del Taco.
There you go.
Same. I love Del Taco.
Oh, fantastic stuff. Yeah.
I will say on that too, like also they had like I don't know what kind of music, like a little jazzy, a little poppy, like, and I was like, oh, why don't they play like Mexican? And I was like, no, why are you asking that? Why do you want that? Why? What's wrong with you? Flip the map to jazz.
We want coins hitting the back of chairs to make rhythm. That's what we're going with.
Spin.
The new Blue Man Group.
You're right. I'm sure, yeah, they were like composers on it, or advisors at least. Oh man, fantastic. Well, going into our last segment here, not necessarily a decade or anything like that. It kind of jumps around a little bit. This is, I don't know. Let me reset here. There's one person that was a spokesman for a lot of products that I don't know if it ever helped him being there, but he's definitely, there's plenty of commercials that he's in. I'm trying to think if I've bought a product that he's pitched, but regardless, they kept bringing him back, so we must be correct. So I compiled a few commercials from legendary wrestler Hulk Hogan, and we'll see that here.
Hulk Hogan Vitamins, the new champion of children's chewables. You've got my name on it. Hey, Hulkamaniacs, you proved to the Hulkster that you're a true Hulkamaniac by renting my new movie, Suburban Commando, one of the greatest movies the Hulkster's ever appeared in. Now I'm going to tell you about another big hit, the Hulk Hogan WWF Wrestling Challenge Game. By dialing 1-900-454-HULK, you can hear my daily Power Pack messages, giving you the latest scoops on the WWF. Plus, you can play my Hulk Hogan WWF Wrestling Challenge Game, where I'll be your manager for the match of your life, as you wrestle against the biggest and the baddest dudes in the WWF, like Ric Flair and The Undertaker and others. You can win and be eligible for a drawing for a great prize, including a grand prize and all-expense-paid trip to meet me in person. Remember, the cost of the call is $1.49 for the first minute and 99 cents for each additional minute. If you're under 18, make sure you have your mom or your dad's permission before calling. What you gonna do when Suburban Commando and then Hulk Hogan WWF Wrestling Challenge Game run wild on you? Tell me about your problems.
I have bad credit, no girlfriend, and no life. But at least I own my car.
I have a solution. 1-800-LOAN-MART, brother.
1-800-LOAN-MART, baby!
Sounds like you need more money to have fun, right?
Exactly.
Since your car is paid off, it's as good as cash. Call 1-800-LOAN-MART, brother.
Your problem is solved! It's 800-LOAN-MART.com, baby!
Hey, B, no way a little dude like you is gonna change my ways.
It's time you were tempted with a taste of nuts and honey.
Hulk Hogan doesn't eat nuts and honey.
Taste this. An unbeatable part of this nutritious breakfast.
That's better than a body slam.
Undefeated.
And still champion.
It's a honey of the nut. It's Honey Nut Cheerios.
I had to get one more Lone Mart in there.
I need cash today.
I said I had to get one more Lone Mart.
Skip, I think it was Montana. It looked just like him.
Hulk Hogan! That's right, baby!
Listen Listen up, brother. You're sitting on a pile of cash right here. Show him, Jimmy. Listen to the holster, brother, and pin down the cash you need today with an auto title loan from 1-800-LOAN MARCH. That's 1-800-562-6627, Jimmy.
800-LOAN-MARCH.com, baby! Harris Teeter hired professional wrestler Hulk Hogan to compare their new Your Home brand of paper towels to the leading brand. First, the leading brand. Scary. Now, the Your Home brand. There you have it. You see, it's just as hard to intimidate Harris Teeter's Your Home brand of paper towels as it is the leading brand. And to great for spoon. Harris Teeter's Your Home brand. The difference is in the savings.
That's so stupid.
That was so bad. Skip, to answer your question, I got strong Ron Jeremy vibes from the megaphone guy.
Oh, Jimmy Hart.
Yeah.
That was, he looked like Ron Jeremy to me. No porn connoisseur of it.
Coming in with the microphone. Yeah, baby.
Hold on, I have a question about Loan Mart. Was the idea that you're sitting, everyone's car is apparently paid off, who desperately needs money to go on dates and live their best life. Is the idea that your car is collateral for the loan?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
They call them title loans.
Okay, all right. I feel like...
Yeah, we don't. I should have mentioned this at the beginning of the show, but we don't endorse any of these products. Like, I don't.
None of them.
Yeah, specific. Well, the exception of Honey Nut Cheerios; those are delicious. But anything that Hogan is a part of, we don't. Yeah, that's.
So Skip says she feels like Hulk Hogan wrote, directed, and produced all of these.
So I have a question: do 900 numbers still exist?
I don't know.
Night you're watching TV.
Yeah, there you go.
And like the 976 numbers, do we remember those too? 976 and do those still exist?
No, because I was trying to get in touch with some hot singles in my area, and I definitely I got a very surprising bill for it. I'm trying to make some new friends.
They're local.
Yes.
I do like that. Like, you can see like kind of the desperation Hulk needed for like cash, where he's like, Hulk Hogan doesn't eat nuts and honey, and that B was like, if you want that check, you will.
Right.
Eat that Honey Nut Cheerios.
What was the
You have to get a loan mark.
Commercials? Because watching Hulk Hogan age through all of them, it did not serve him well. I mean,
no. And he really I was thinking about this, but obviously, wearing the bandana and stuff like that. Like, I don't think I've seen him without the bandana in like the last 20 years, maybe even more than that. Like, he had that lawsuit with Gawker, and like even in court, like still rocking like, I guess, a classier bandana, but yeah, I don't. Yeah, he's it's Hogan. He's not aged well.
I have this like thought experiment I do where like I imagine an alternate universe version of me that created a comedy character or any kind of character and then just became that. And I don't know if that's a nightmare or a fantasy. Like an Andrew Dice Clay, like a Larry the Cable Guy. Like, you create a character and just become that, and that's just your life now. Whoever you were is no longer does not exist anymore. You're just that character. Like, you show up at court like that. You show up at court and you're Hulk Hogan. You're not like James Hogan. I don't know what his name is.
Terry Bollea. Yeah.
Did anyone catch, and this is kind of us coming full circle, where in the ad about the 1-900 number where you can call and apparently get life advice from Hulk Hogan and share stories. It's not entirely clear to me what service he's providing, but he did say something about being your manager. And I wonder if he played Rock'em Sock'em Robots. He incepted in his mind, and he has now become the manager from whence he used to be in the ring, and it all just came together really beautifully. Did anyone else notice that? Was it just me?
For sure. Time is a flat circle, for sure.
Right?
I'm going to call that number because I want to win that trip.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I feel like I've heard him say it like so many times in interviews, but he always brings up that like he like missed the call that was going to pitch him to be the name behind the George Foreman grill. Like he missed the call, so they went to George Foreman, and now like he missed out on like all this money he could have had. So that has now made him never say no to any endorsements. And so that's why we have a plethora of these commercials.
That explains so much.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know, a 900 number though. That's pushing it. Like Hulk, come on, you're not Miss Cleo. Like,
the phone lines aren't running wild for sure. Yeah. Absolutely not. Oh man, perfect. Well, that is our show there. Thank you for joining. But before we go, I did want to ask the comedian panel what they learned. They're revisiting these commercials. Hopefully brings back some good memories or bad memories, either or. But yeah, I want to know what they learned. Gilbert, what did you learn?
Some things should stay buried, like the Cooties game. And you shouldn't ever play it or talk about it or think about it. Just leave it in the past.
Interesting. We'll go back and edit like that commercial out of it just so it doesn't, trigger any algorithms or anything like that. That'd be all right.
All Cooties commercials from now on YouTube.
Oh no. That's funny. Sarah, what about you?
Taking this trip down memory lane has really made me appreciate those little breaks between your regularly scheduled programming where you could go get a drink from the kitchen, you can run to the bathroom at warp speed and feel that adrenaline, to come back and see, America's no longer beloved dad on a commercial. That now you just cringe and it hurts you deep inside. Pop open that Jell-O packet. So, life has its ups and downs. Commercials, they're there forever.
Absolutely. Patrick, what about you?
Like Sarah said, very nostalgic. I liked seeing some of the things, and then like Gilbert said, some of the things should stay buried. But it brings me back to my childhood a little bit, because I was a kid of the 70s, and then it made me remember made me remember like looking at things, how they progress, they change, but they're still the same.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, especially I think we were talking about it with the toys in the 70s. Like, yeah, they just kind of remade those toys, for every generation. Yeah. Perfect. Well, Gilbert, Sarah, Patrick, thanks again for doing the show. You're fantastic. Dana, always great running the tech here and joining in on the fun here. So, and as always, thanks for watching. This is fun. I liked kind of changing it up here. Maybe we'll have to do this again. So, that's all for the Bad Flick Show today. We'll catch you next time. See ya.
Thank you, guys.